Got another recruit to discuss with you here. Jason Crowe Jr., five-star point guard in the class of 2026 from Inglewood, California, 6'3" point guard, the fifth rated player in the class per 24/7, a five star. He's a five-star per all the services at this point. He's truly one of the best players in the class. And we got a list yesterday, courtesy of Sam Kaiser at 24/7 High School Hoops on Twitter of schools that were prioritizing Jason Crowe Jr. at session two of EYBL this past weekend. We have on this list teams that were courtside to watch Jason Crowe Jr. Kentucky, Michigan State, Alabama, Arkansas, LSU, USC, Baylor, UCLA, and Texas. Obviously, these are some of the premier programs in the country, but everybody wants this kid. Some schools just really making him a priority right now. For what it's worth, Jason Crowe Jr. is the top scorer in the EYBL right now. He leads EYBL in scoring after two sessions, and I think it makes sense when you watch this kid play, when you watch the film. Talk me through it. How good is Jason Crowe Jr.?
So I think that Jason Crowe Jr. is a bucket in every sense, right? Now I do have just a little bit of inklings of doubts about like his bucketism, I guess. When you start to like really look into it, like he had the massive game this weekend, and he's obviously the leading scorer in EYBL after two sessions. He also was a leading scorer in a game that they lost to Team Takeover, and he's the leading scorer in EYBL, and he's shooting 40% from the field. And I don't know, it's just a little bit like I'm a
We're
little
doing
like
this in EYBL. We're doing winning and losing in EYBL in session two.
do we do percentages?
Go on.
Like, yeah, it's great. I think that Jason Crow's a microwave scorer that can fill it up. Like I remember watching stuff from him like 2 years ago where he was like putting like 60 a game at like as a freshman, right? Like his scoring is absolutely undeniable. Um, he also is a guy that I think could, you know, can he do anything else but score? Is 6'3", 160 gonna get it done as just an unbelievable gunner scorer at the next level? You probably assume that it might, but I do think there are a little bit like of doubts, I guess, in my head.
I'm stunned. I'm stunned this is the stance from you. I thought you would love this kid's game. This is a misread by me more than anything.
I do love his game, but I don't know. Maybe it's
You
maybe
can't
it's
go through that monologue and then be like, I do love his game. You nitpicked, and that's okay. Like we're allowed to come on here and nitpick and just not be huge fans of certain players. That's totally within your reason. But
I just think he's a really good scorer. I also think that he can be inefficient and that he's somewhat of a gun.
I thought you loved really good scorers that are somewhat of a gun. I thought that was a Carter Elliott archetype, and I'm shocked this kid doesn't qualify for whatever that is. So for what it's worth, I disagree. I'm sure you can tell by the way I'm reacting to you here, but like I see a lot more than just scoring. The scoring is loud because he's averaging 24.2 points a game in EYBL through two sessions. But I think he does more than that. Four and a half rebounds a game as a 6'3" guard is not minor in my opinion. Two and a half assists a game. Obviously, that's not great. He is a point guard, and he's a score first point guard clearly, but maybe it's a point guard in name only. Maybe he's more of a shooting guard that's out there to score, that's going to play point guard because he's that dynamic with the ball. I think the teams that are really putting the time and effort into recruiting Jason Crowe Jr. backs up the fact that he has more to his game than just bucket getting. And I know, I mean, look, we just did a video on one of the more efficient players in prep basketball, a 2027 point guard that's like 60% from the floor. In a small sample size, 41% is not the best. It's not bad. Like we're not going to come on here and call that inefficient. He's taking tough shots because he's a tough shot maker. If you make 41% of your shots as a point guard from the floor, I don't think that's bad by any means. I actually
He's
have a comp for him
he's
card.
also a shooting guard.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you don't buy that he's listed as a point guard.
Yeah, no, he's a shooting guard.
Okay. That's fine. Sometimes shooting guards play point guards because they're really good.
True.
Sometimes that happens. I have a comp that I think he's nearly identical to, in my
Who?
opinion. And do you want to guess? Because I feel like you would get it.
I hope you're not gonna say who I think you're gonna say.
I mean, there's one guy from the last class that he just is. He's like a carbon copy of him. all the same. Play the hits here. Leading scorer in EYBL. Little inefficient. Can we trust the numbers? All he does is score. 6'3" guard. He's a shooting guard playing point. That's it. It can't work.
Jeremiah Fears?
Jeremiah Fears. It's all the same exact points with Jeremiah Fears, who was equally as dominant and equally as efficient or inefficient or whatever you want to call it in EYBL. He constantly was like the points per game guy. His 3-point percentages were awful actually in EYBL. Everyone doubted it. He ended up choosing, like he bet on himself, chose a school that was going to let him rock. Honestly, to your point on Jason Crowe, wasn't all that concerned with winning. That's why Jeremiah Fears went to Oklahoma. He just wanted to be the guy and get to the league. And 1 year later, he will. He's going to be taken in the top 6 in the NBA draft and had a sensational year at Oklahoma. I think that's Jason Crowe. Now, I think Jason Crowe might make a decision that is more rooted in winning on where he's going to go because it sounds like there's an early leader in the clubhouse here. But I literally think that's who he is. I think he's Jeremiah Fears 2.0. And that's why I'm confused because you loved Jeremiah Fears so much, but you don't like Jason Crowe like that. And I'm trying to figure out why.
I guess I just don't see it.
Why not? What do you think's different?
I think that Jeremiah Fears, one, I think the handle's a lot better. I think that Jason Crowe I think Jason Crowe is more of a chucker than Jeremiah Fears was as well, in my opinion.
Okay. I don't know. Jeremiah Fears could chuck.
Yeah, he could.
How much chuck could a Jay Fears chuck if a Jay Fears could chucks?
What did Jeremiah? I'm trying to get Jeremiah Fears EYBL stats up here.
I can find them for you.
I know it's 29% from three, but like, was everything else good?
Let me try and find them. I swear I had a tab specifically dedicated to Jeremiah Fears EYBL numbers. He was 43% from the floor in EYBL.
Okay, so yeah, I guess the comparisons are there. I just don't see. Also, I guess to this point too, Jeremiah Fears, well, depending on who you ask, but like he was what, 60, he was 65th, he was a 4-star on 24/7. Jason Crow's the sixth player in this class?
Yeah, Fears shot up though by the end of it.
Okay.
Fears, by the time he reclassified, he was like Team USA guard, top 20 kid.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
That I just see. I think they're identical in terms of the film I'm watching. I'm like, I watched this a year ago. I like that video. Oh,
Hmm.
this is another. We got a new season of this. I'm in. Let's go. Michigan State's on the short list here, but you're unenthused. I'm so confused. I thought you would be like, this is my guy. I want him. Are you going to be
Yeah.
disappointed if Michigan State's not the school here?
No, I don't think Michigan State's getting them.
Is it good to see you on the list at least? Like, why do you think this is a priority for Michigan State?
I mean, I think that maybe, I guess the pitch to Crow is you saw what an undersized guard could do in like Jace Richardson. Like maybe you have that same type of effect for us. Also, about I think Jason Crow is about to be a what? Soft? Is he about to be a junior?
Yeah, he's 2026.
On 26. Okay, so I think there'd be a clear role for him to be come in and be an impact guard right away. I don't know. There's a lot of other connections to schools that I think loom a little stronger than what Michigan State is. But it is good to see them, if they actually are doing it, like on this list and actively recruiting him.
It's interesting that Michigan State's on the list just because from what I can quickly find about like how he works, not his game, but like just the profile of the person here, doesn't feel like someone Michigan State would like put all their chips in the basket of. For what's worth, he was going to go to the G League Ignite. Like he was going to play for Jason Hart for the Ignite, and then it got
Where-
shut down.
Where's Jason Hart at nowadays?
It's at Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kentucky. Tipton put an early prediction in that Kentucky's going to land him.
Yeah,
So
I think
it
so.
feels like Kentucky's the obvious leader in the clubhouse here, which again kind of leads me back to like, why is Michigan State even like really trying to get in here? Um,
Maybe they're not. Maybe they're just on this list. I mean, didn't this list say it was teams that were sitting there?
yeah, maybe they were there to watch somebody else. I guess that's true. But
Yeah, could have been.
yeah, or just showing face. Woof woof. We're still here.
Wolf
Yeah,
are still here.
we're still a big boy program. Yeah.
Wolf.
Did you win the Big Ten by 3 games, Mark Pope? I don't think so.
Yeah, but he's getting Jason Crow.
I'm just saying. You think it's a done deal to Kentucky?
Yeah.
and you're gonna not love it for Kentucky.
Yeah, or whatever school poaches Jason Hart.
Ooh, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, like maybe Illinois grabs Jason Hart. He's an Illini.
Or could Pat Kelsey pull a devious move here?
That'd be nasty.
That would be nasty. No, it's just gonna be Kentucky, I
Yeah,
think. But we'll
yeah.
see. I look forward to spending the next year and a half trying to get you on board the Jason Crow bandwagon.
You can try.
Maybe one day I'll get you to eat some
Pete
crow.
Carroll. Yeah, end it.